Welcome to Tales of Honor, a podcast with a mission to tell the true stories of every recipient of our nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Tales of Honor podcast. This is episode number 539, and I have no birthdays or news to go over today. So I guess we should get right on to it with today's Tale of Honor. Bruce was born on the 2nd of June, 1934, in Spokane, Washington, and he graduated from North Central High School in 1952. He went on to Spokane Technical School and Eastern Washington State College before enlisting in the U.S. Army on the 17th of August, 1954. Bruce was stationed at Fort Ord and Fort Lewis until his discharge in 1957, returning to Spokane and getting married. By November of 1961, he had 2 daughters and re-enlisted into the Army and returned to Fort Lewis. He completed the Airborne School at Fort Benning and served 2 tours in Korea before being assigned to the 4th Infantry Division at Fort Lewis. By the fall of 1966, Bruce deployed with 1st Battalion, 8th Infantry, 4th Infantry Division in support of the Vietnam War, and it was his actions on the 18th of May, 1967, that would earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity in action at the risk of life above and beyond the call of duty, Platoon Sergeant Grandstaff distinguished himself while leading the Weapons Platoon, Company B, on a reconnaissance mission near the Cambodian border. His platoon was advancing through intermittent enemy contact when it was struck by heavy small arms and automatic weapons fire from 3 sides. As he established a defensive perimeter, Platoon Sergeant Grandstaff noted that several of his men had been struck down. He raced 30 meters through the intense fire to aid them but could only save 1. Denied freedom to maneuver his unit by the intensity of the enemy onslaught, he adjusted artillery to within 45 meters of his position. When helicopter gunships arrived, he crawled outside the defensive position to mark the location with smoke grenades. Realizing his first marker was probably ineffective, he crawled to another location and threw his last smoke grenade, but the smoke did not penetrate the jungle foliage. Seriously wounded in the leg during this effort, he returned to his radio and, refusing medical aid, adjusted the artillery even closer as the enemy advanced on his position. Recognizing the need for additional firepower, he again braved the enemy fusillade, crawled to the edge of his position, and fired several magazines of tracer ammunition through the jungle canopy. He succeeded in designating the location to the gunships, but this action again drew the enemy fire, and he was wounded in the other leg. Now enduring intense pain and bleeding profusely, he crawled to within 10 meters of an enemy machine gun which had caused many casualties among his men. He destroyed the position with hand grenades but received additional wounds. Rallying his remaining men to withstand the enemy assaults, he realized his position was being overrun and asked for artillery directly on his location. He fought until mortally wounded by an enemy rocket. Although every man in the platoon was a casualty, survivors attest to the indomitable spirit and exceptional courage of this outstanding combat leader who inspired his men to fight courageously against overwhelming odds and cost the enemy heavy casualties. Platoon Sergeant Grandstaff's selfless gallantry above and beyond the call of duty are in the highest traditions of the U.S. Army and reflect great credit upon himself and the armed forces of his country. Bruce, referred to as a platoon sergeant, was an E-7 Sergeant First Class and was 32 years old when he died. His family received his Medal of Honor from President Nixon on the 10th of July, 1969, in a private ceremony at the White House. Bruce Allen Grandstaff is buried in the Greenwood Memorial Terrace in Spokane, Washington, Honor Section, Lot 1540, Space 7. His name appears on the National Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., Panel 20E, Line 28. And that was a Tale of Honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor, and if you enjoyed the show, please be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family. Tales of Honor is written and produced by Christoph Ambrosch, and theme music is Loyalty and Duty by Floruz Music. If you have any questions, you can send an email to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com, and please be sure to visit talesofhonorpodcast.com for more episodes and information.